The member for Fredericton South and leader of his party.
Mr. Speaker, yesterday afternoon I was listening to members' speeches from both sides of the House and thinking about the work we were elected to do here. Too often what I heard told were tales full of sound and fury that in the end signified nothing. The capacity of our healthcare system to provide care is badly eroded. The model of care we have is outdated. Successive governments have known this. Even the idea of implementing a preventative health care remains a dream as we stand by while some of our youth are damaging their brains with crystal meth. I met with the CEO of Horizon Health this week for the second time since being re-elected, and I'm worried, very worried, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, does the Health Minister see any merit in assembling an all-party caucus on health care reform to help bring about the restructuring we so badly need so what may now seem politically impossible to him becomes possible?
Le ministre de la Santé.
Mr. Speaker, that's a sensible question. And I want to thank the member for it. If there ever was a subject that we should get together on, if there ever was a subject we should work together on, it should be our health care. If there was a subject that we shouldn't politicize, it should be that. And I thank the member for the question. I thank him for what I believe is a sincere offer of collaboration to work together to fix a common problem. So I'm more than happy to do that. I look forward to doing it. Since I become minister, I have had a good level of collaboration with the member from Fredericton South, and I thank him for raising it. And the answer to his question is yes. I think I'm more than happy to work together, and I believe that iron sharpens iron, and I believe that he has a contribution, and this Minister of Health thanks him for making it.
The member for Fredericton South and leader of his party.
Indeed, Mr. Speaker, when you review all of the platforms from the election, there's a lot of common ground among the parties, and I think there's some real possibilities here. We're not alone, though, in the struggles we have with the health of our people and the deterioration in our healthcare system. We share these with the other provinces, Mr. Speaker, in Atlantic Canada, as we share the demographic changes the system cannot possibly bear without a fairer distribution of the Canadian health transfer from Ottawa. I think the situation is serious enough to warrant a regional healthcare summit with all party representation from our 4 legislatures to look at closer cooperation on healthcare and coordination of our efforts to seek a fair resolution to the inadequate funding from Ottawa. Mr. Speaker, it's time to act boldly. I'm trying to suggest some possible paths forward here that will safely carry us from this hellish stasis we find ourselves in to implementing solutions. Does the Minister see value in conferring with legislative representatives from across Atlantic Canada at a regional forum on health care?
The Minister of Health.
Thank you for the question. I indeed do see value in that. The reality is that given the aging demographics, giving our population, giving the length that people now live because of life expectancy, healthcare has the potential to grow by virtue of its very nature, what could be upwards of 5% a year. Now, our economy doesn't grow at 5% a year, and we have to work very hard to be the best we possibly can in terms of efficiencies, but we also need to reach out to Ottawa, because you can't treat every province the same, because every province is not the same. And there are demographics, there are ages, and the member is absolutely correct. Unless we do this...
Time, Minister. Time, Minister.